Hello dear students, this is the first video of this week, class 8, chapter number 9, computer network. In the previous class, we have discussed about network security. I have discussed about installation of antivirus software, why it is important for you and how it can protect your computer from viruses. Second, I have discussed about use of firewall that that is a firewall becomes a barrier between the internet and your computer. You can have a look here. Some of the measures which are taken to prevent your computer from malwares or security theft are installation of antivirus software and use of firewall. Antivirus is a program or set of programs that are designed to prevent, search or detect and remove software viruses and other malicious software like worms, trojans and more. So that's why antivirus is very important, which protect your computer from any types of malware defect or any types of, it can also detect any types of viruses or worms, etc. Second, firewall, which establishes a barrier between a trusted, secure internal network and other networks. So these things had been cleared in the last class, children. Now coming to the next topic. Today we will discuss about protocols because in computer networks protocol is very important and you have to understand different types of protocol. So first one is the TCP IP, Transfer Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, and four layers of TCP IP, that is application layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer. These are the four layers of TCP IP. So first coming to the protocol. What is a protocol? It is a set of rules that governs the communications between computers on a network. It is a type of rules which has to which works on the server so that you can have communications between two computers on a network. In other words, we can say that to enable smooth and non-stop communications between people around the world, certain standards of rules are formed, and these rules are called protocols. You are aware of using internet. Whenever you use internet, some types of rules are set on the network, are set on the server. Okay, and you have to follow that rules. Actually, you don't know what you are following, but that setup of rules is already established on the server and your network follows, your computer follows that type of rule. Suppose you are going in a traffic, you are driving a car on a road and you have to follow such types of rule that whenever you see red light on zebra crossing, you have to stop there. Whenever you see a green signal, you can move your vehicles. Okay, when you are driving car on the road, suppose we should take another example. Suppose in India we are driving car on the road, so we have to drive the car on the left side of the road, not on the right side. But when you go to America, they drive the car on the right side of the road. So different countries have different rules. So such types of rules are also there on computer networks. Okay, because whenever there is a very large amount of data transactions, okay, and such types of rules is required so that the transmission can take place very easily and in a smooth manner. Understood? So that's why protocol has been set on the server. It is a set of rules. It is a set of rules that governs the communication between computers on a network. Now coming to the next point, network protocols can be defined as a set of rules governing exchange of information in an easy, reliable and secure way. Why these rules are formed? So that we can exchange our information in an easy, reliable and secure way. So whenever any person asks you what is protocol, you simply say it is a set of rules which governs the exchange of information in an easy, reliable and secure way. Now coming to the this diagram, you can see internet protocols, and there are many different types of internet protocols: TCP IP, ITX, SPX, NET, BEUI, FTP, Telnet, SMTP, SSH. These all are the examples of different internet protocols. Now the next topic is TCP IP. It stands for Transmission Control Protocol. Internet protocol. Okay, and it is a set of 4-layered protocols suite which is used for communication over the internet. Why this TCP/IP is set? It is set so that we can have communication over the internet in a smooth way. Okay, smooth and secured way. Second point, the communication model of this suite is client server model. So whenever client server model of network is there, it uses TCP IP. Okay, a computer that sends a request is the client, and a computer to which the request is sent to the server. The client is sending the request to the server, and the computer to which the request is sent, it is known as server. Server takes the request and it responds to the client. Now coming to the third point, the protocol suite is named after two of the most common protocols, that is transmission control protocol and internet protocol. You can see, as we have discussed about client server model, you are aware of the client server model. In the previous video you have studied about client server model. Okay, so you can have a look again. This type of network is the client server model. Okay, in which one there is only one server which handle all the clients. Okay, all the computers are attached to the server and they give request. The client give request to the server listens the request of the client and it responds. The server responds to the clients. Okay, now the four layers of TCP IP model are: first one is the application layer, second one is the transport layer, third one is the network layer, and fourth one is the data link layer. So now coming to each point one by one. First is application layer. You can see the figure: application layer, then transport layer, then internet layer. Internet layer means it works as a network layer, and then data link layer. So there is a OSI model: application, transport, internet or network layer or link layer. So as it is given here in your book, first layer is application layer. So it is not the first layer. In the first point it is given application layer, but the layer starts from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top, it means in this figure you can understand the first layer is the link layer, data link layer. Second layer is the network layer, third layer is the transport layer, and fourth layer is the application layer. Understood? But in the book it is written as, you can see this diagram, it is written from application layer, transport layer, internet layer and link layer. Okay, so now coming to the next. You can see application layer. Application layer protocols like HTTP and FTP are used. In this layer, the protocols like HTTP and FTP are used. Okay. The application layer is the topmost layer in the OSI. OSI means Open System Interconnection. Okay, it is the topmost layer of the OSI model. The application layer is the highest abstraction layer of the TCP/IP model. It is the highest abstraction layer of the TCP/IP model that provides the interfaces and protocols needed by the users. Actually, this is the application layer and it is the topmost layer of OSI model, Open System Interconnection. When you go to the higher classes, you will study about OSI model, okay, which has 7 layers. Okay, but in TCP/IP, it is divided into 4 layers, and application layer is again divided into 3 categories: application, presentation, and session layer. Okay, when you go to higher classes, you will study about these things. You can see this diagram also. Ethernet protocol, it refers to the link, data link. Then IP, Internet Protocol, it refers to the network, that is internet. Then TCP, you can see transport, it refers to the transport, and HTTP, it refers to the application. Okay, application layer. So HTTP, here you can see HTTP application layer protocols like HTTP. HTTP is application layer protocol. Okay, you should know that application layer protocols are DNS, SMTP, POP, FTP, and HTTP. What are these protocols? Means these are the set of rules which works on internet. Okay, some set of rules has been made so that we can have smooth communication on the internet. Understood? And these are the topmost layer. Second point, you can see an application layer protocols defines how application processes clients and servers. Means when the application is processing between the clients and servers, okay, how it works. The rules has been set, and according to the rule it works. Running on different end systems, passes message to each other, how they run and how they pass message to each other on the system. Next point, it provides user services like user login, naming, network devices, formatting messages, and emails, transfer of files, etc. So these types of services are used on application layers. Okay, once again you can see user login, naming network devices, formatting message, emails, and transfer of files, etc. Now coming to the transport layer, data is transmitted in the form of datagrams using the transmission control protocol. And TCP is responsible for breaking up data at the client side and then reassembling it on the server side. It sends the data in the form of packets. Okay, it makes the data packets and can then transfer it on the network. Then coming to the next one, network layer. Network layer connection is established using Internet Protocol IP at the network layer, and every machine connected to the internet is assigned an address called IP, because whenever you connect networks between different computers, each and every computer has some IP address, and they are connected to the internet to assign an address which is called IP address by the protocol to easily identify the source and destination machines. So these protocols have some IP address which every computer you have to fix IP address on each and every computer, and these protocols identify the IP address of different computers. Okay, these protocols easily identify the source and destination machines with the help of IP address. Understood? Now coming to the next, data link layer. This is the layer which is responsible for actual data transmission in bits occurs at the data link layer using the destination address provided by network layer. Where the data transmission takes place at data link layer, and it is provided by the network layer. The destination address which is already provided by the network layer. Okay, so the data transmission takes place at the destination address, and the actual transmission of data in the form of bits takes place. Next point, TCP/IP is widely used in many communication networks other than internet. Not only on internet, it is responsible for it is widely used in many other communication networks. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the topic. You can see in TCP/IP how the four layer is working one by one. Suppose the client is sending the message to the server. Okay, it is sending request to the server. So first you can open the page number 97 of chapter number 9. Okay, in this you can see the client is sending request to the server, and the request is uh, passed to the server in the following four ways. Okay, the application layer, which uses HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. It is just some set of rules. Again, the transport layer is used. Okay, it is also some set of rules. Again, the network layer, which is known as IP, Internet Protocol, it is also used. Okay, so all are working here to transmit the data to the server. Then data link layer, media for data transfer. So these are the media for data transfer. Again, the data link layer travels to the network, and again in the same way the data link layer, again it is connected to the network layer, and again it is working on the transport layer, and it is again related to the application layer, that is HTTP. So whenever you pass any message, this all the data has to pass along these processes. Okay, the data has to pass along these processes, and again on the destination computer, that is on the server, again it is sent to the server in the following manner. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the topic. Thanks for watching this video, children.